people don't realize also that it's not just the people who you would stereotype that are going to the food banks. It could be your grandparent, it could be your best friend. You don't know because no one wants to admit that they don't have money for food.
As we were starting to really look into this project from back to the beginning, we really wanted to address what is the need. So that's where we started doing some investigating, and of course we got involved with Avatar Media to help us develop a hunger awareness video, and that's really what kind of launched this whole campaign.
Myself and some SIFE members, we had met with MLAs Jeff Johnson and Greg Weddick. We had brought to them the idea of Hand Over Hunger and to see exactly how they could help us. And we showed them our video and we gave them some information on our project, and they were really moved and inspired that the student group could actually do something like this. And they had no idea about our initiatives, and they were really excited, and they actually connected us with Alberta Agriculture to see where we can take our project on a provincial scale.
Our biggest piece was the sustainable long-term solutions for hunger issues. So getting involved with the Farm Next Door and Novinate and building prototypes of indoor systems that people can hopefully be able to purchase themselves eventually, and that's a lot of what the research is that we're doing, is figuring out how we can get these into people's houses so they can grow their own produce, they can supplement their income, and have a better lifestyle.
I think the beauty behind this system and how it's worked, how it's developed is that it can be placed in your living room, or it can be placed in a massive area to create a garden for a community. And so it's built up of vertical trays that are placed perfectly apart, and then along each of the trays there's seedlings placed throughout. And the seeds are periodically misted with water. So when it's coming up from the bottom, it just optimizes the growth cycle of these plants.
So we were really interested in taking this concept and applying it to individuals who are hungry every day to implement the aeroponic growing system into the 5 different receptor sites.
I think the benefit will be very mutual if we can expose interested students into real-world social applications, especially not the easiest ones in the world, but working with groups of people that have very unique challenges in dealing with them, whether they're people in corrections or they're youth at risk, or whether they're young people in a school setting trying to apply what they're learning to an Alberta curriculum that didn't necessarily have a live farming module in mind. I mean, these are the kind of challenges that once you've figured out a way to overcome them, you have something new in your deck that you can pull out, in your careers.
The other thing is that this generation's students are tomorrow's community and business leaders. I mean, these are the people who our generation is going to hand the world to at the end of the day. So I think that for them to get involved really early in caring for their community and caring for those who maybe haven't had as fortunate a time as they've had is really, really important. And then SIFE is looking at taking that whole project and that partnership one step further. Talking about once the project with the aeroponics is underway, coming in and actually working actively in programming with some of the youth who access our services.
We talked to Novinate and said, let us know what you're doing as you move forward. We'd really like to get involved. And then at that moment we had this light bulb of, well, maybe we can get this in the women's institution, because a big problem was that they can't have the gardening program year-round, of course, because of our winters. So this way they would be able to still maintain that program throughout the winter and make it year-round.
I have been able to connect with some of the inmates, and just hearing their excitement that they're so happy that we're coming in there and we're providing them with programs and something positive in their lives. I mean, that's just, knowing that we're doing that as students is just amazing.
This is becoming more than just an idea. It's becoming a project which we can see somewhere down the road being implemented, hopefully throughout this country rather than just within our community of Edmonton.